Another open dragon mouth for you, and I know it has been like a full month since I did one of these, but I have been very, very busy. Between making the Disneyland videos, which took quite a long time because of how much video I had to compile, and the size of the videos just made it take a long time to upload to YouTube. It took like a good whole day just to get one video up. But yeah, other than that, I have been traveling quite a lot. I have been up to Virginia, I've been up to New York, and I have just come back from Florida. So what have I been doing since Disneyland? Well, it has been mostly for work. I have done some more marketing gigs. I have been to New York City, which I've actually got to do some videos for Yahoo Finance. And after that, we got to go over to NASDAQ and help close the market for the day. Now, this is all part of advertising week, and they usually have a whole bunch of mascots come in and do this event. And in fact, there is video up on the NASDAQ Facebook page if you want to try to look for that. And I've also been doing some stuff for different sports. Like I did like a whole weekend for a half marathon. I've been to a couple of college football games. One at Virginia Tech and one at UNC, which is not too far away from me. And I do have another one coming up very soon. And just recently, I have gone down to Florida mainly to do an audition for Universal Studios because they were looking for someone to play one of their characters. But because of a rule that they had, I couldn't even start the audition process. You see, last year I have applied to do their Halloween Horror Nights as one of the staff that watches over the houses. But because there was another job that I saw back at home, I decided to take that one over Universal just because I thought it would be more stable. Well, because that I did not complete the whole event, the rule is that I have to wait an entire year before I can apply again. So yeah, it was pretty much a big waste of my time going down there. However, I decided why not? I'll just take the week and stay in Orlando for a while. So I got to see what's been going on down at Disney. And I do still have that video for Pandora, and in particular the Flight of Passage, which I have been meaning to upload, but I just haven't had the effort in me to try to transfer it from my phone over to the laptop, because I usually use my normal camcorder, but this hasn't happened for me yet. So I'll get that done at some point. And I have been meaning to try to go back over there during the night because of the atmosphere that it becomes when the sun goes down, but I still haven't been able to do that. So I was hoping to get that done before I upload the video. So that's why that was taking so long. Now I have visited Animal Kingdom, and they had changed up the characters a little bit. They took out Tarzan and put in Flick in his place, and they did bring back Timon as a walk-around character, and he's got a little revamp. The legs are a little puffier now, so that's something I like. And I did go to the Magic Kingdom right the next day, and it is crowded. And see, my family's had this thing that usually that October would be a good season to go because all the kids would be in school. Apparently that's not the case anymore. either because the parents felt the same way and decided to wait until October, or they didn't really care about their child's education. So now because of this, everybody's going to Disney in October. Now this has caused the standby lines in a lot of attractions to go up to triple digits, which has been a big turnoff for me. I had decided to leave the Magic Kingdom early because I only made like 2 attractions. And even though they're not really the biggest attractions in the world. But I did notice one change over in Tomorrowland was that Stitch's Great Escape is currently closed, and they instead turned it into a character meet and greet for Stitch, which I'm okay with because Stitch's Great Escape is actually one of the worst received attractions from their guests. A lot of people don't like it, and you have to look into the history of the attraction to understand why. Another thing that they have been changed around. Now usually when I go to Magic Kingdom, I usually take the monorail over. Well, as I was coming back, and they do this with the transportation ticket center too, but I had decided to make a stop at the Contemporary Resort, which is the first stop after you leave the Magic Kingdom. Mainly because I needed to get some water. And I found out when I came back was that they've actually put security checkpoints all over the property. Whether you're at a transportation ticket center, where you're at the Contemporary, Polynesian, or Grand Floridian, there's a security checkpoint everywhere. They moved it away from the front gate now. So, I mean, I can understand what they're doing there. I can probably see them expediting the process. So, we'll see how that turns out in the near future. And while I was down in Florida, I decided I go to a Tampa Bay Lightning hockey game. Mainly because they're taking on the Pittsburgh Penguins, the current defending Stanley Cup champions. And it was really a good game. The Lightning did end up winning 5-4. Just be careful of the traffic when you try to get out of that place, because it goes really slow for like a good half hour. But yeah, I had completely forgot to bring my Lightning jersey with me, so I decided to get this hat. It's really cool. Speaking of hockey, I might as well get into this. If you're not into the NHL, they recently brought in a brand new team, the Vegas Golden Knights, which I'm not really a fan of the name, but whatever. And they're actually doing pretty good this season. And they're the first expansion team to start off at 3-0 in their inaugural season. So I was quite surprised with that. Now, just yesterday, they revealed their mascot, and I'll go and show it to you. Now, with a name like the Golden Knights, I'm thinking like it could either be an actual Golden Knight, or it could even be a dragon. I think that would have been their best bet. No pun intended there. But yeah, they could have gone with a knight. They could have gone with a dragon, which would have been awesome. So I take a look on Instagram, and what the hell is that? It looks like the thing from Fantastic Four. Now, this guy's name is called Chance. He is a Gila monster. Now, what does this have to do with the Golden Knights? I really don't understand this choice. And yes, I know the Gila monster is an animal that lives in the southwestern continental United States, but that still doesn't answer what this has to do with the Golden Knights. This has nothing to do with it. Even when I first saw this, I thought it was a snake, and even that made more sense. And on top of that, I do think that this is an ugly design. I really don't like it. But word is that there's going to be a second one, which I don't know what it's going to be, and they better get it right. Alright, now on to some other stuff. Enough of my personal life. Let's see what's going on around the world. over in Austria, there was a man that was performing in a shark costume that ended up getting in trouble because of the anti-Burka law. Now, the government has decided to fine his business because he was wearing a mask. He was told to take it off in public. But Austria, here's the thing. A shark costume isn't a burqa. I really don't understand. This is a really silly case. A shark head is not a burqa. I'm not going to get into whether anti-burqa law should even be around in the first place. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about someone who is being fined for something that is not related to. All he's just doing is advertising a business. That's all he's doing. I cannot understand why they think that a shark head falls under an anti-burqa law. There's nothing religious about it. I don't know much about the Muslim religion. I am not into any kind of religious stuff. But like I said, this is just stupid. And the street performers that wear these costumes over in Austria are now appealing to the government to clarify this. Because this is clearly not meant for religious purposes. Alright, let's get into some upcoming events. There's not really much going on in the furry fandom right now. Earlier this month we had HCon from the 3rd to the 8th, and Fur Reality and Neon Fur from the 6th to the 8th. Also Alamo City Furry Invasion. Those were all last week. For the ones that are going on right now, for SonaCon over in Virginia, which is in Hampton, Virginia, which is not too far away from me. We have Furcation over in the UK. Next week will be my next planned event, and that would be FangCon over in Birmingham, Alabama. And I am scheduled to be the closing DJ for their dance. And there is a possibility that I will be also doing a performance poolside. We have a couple of DJs that are going to do that. But chances are I won't be doing EDM on the poolside. More chill stuff. I'm going to save all the energy for the performance on Sunday night. We also have Aquatifur over in Wisconsin from the 20th to the 22nd. Western Pennsylvania Furry Weekend over in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Anthro Weekend, Utah from the 27th to the 28th. From the 27th to the 29th, we have Furloween over in Sweden. And Furpocalypse over in Connecticut from the 27th to the 29th. And finally, Infernity on the 28th from... I am not into it tonight. October 28th in Taiwan. So that is pretty much going to do it for me for tonight. This Dragon's Mouth is now closing.